Good morning, guys. Welcome to today's video. It's 5 a.m. Yeah, it's 5 a.m. Look at my eyeballs. You see them? I didn't sleep last night. You're probably thinking, yeah, like, you just had 8 baby pigs from a little tiny mama. And in the freezing cold temperatures. And man, it must be really hard. You must have been awake all night. I was awake all night, but not because of that. I'm gonna tell you how insane this pig is. She's been in so much pain. She has to birth 8 afterbirths, you guys. She's just been in so much pain. And she's been the best mama. She spent all day yesterday making a nest for her babies. All day. Here, come here. And in the end, she said, you know what, Laura, your nest makes a lot of sense. I'll just take over that. And one little baby is running free. This is what they do. All right, but look, first, Posie. Posie, look at her, run into them. She's gone that way. Look at her. Wait till I tell you what happened in the night. You're gonna be shook. Come here, I brought her a peanut butter sandwich with a pain pill in it. That really made the difference for her last night. Look, she loves him. Her. They're all girls except for 2. Here, Posie. Posie, look. Can you get me a bucket of... What? What? Yeah, she takes it out. She won't let them, and she won't even let them have the blanket. We had like things inside that nest. We had a blanket for them to lay on, and so that they could burrow under it if they had to. And we had like a heating pad that wasn't plugged in, just so it would be like comfortable. And she said no. 2 times we came down and put it back in. 2 times she took it out, took the blanket out and used it for herself. It was just a little towel, tiny little towel. And I said, you know what, Posie, you're the mama, you know what's best. Anyway, can you pass me that bucket that's out there of water? So we've been giving her free feed. She finished at about 4 a.m. So it's now 5 a.m. So she's getting more. Been letting her eat as much as she wants. It's a lot of babies for her. The other thing I've done for her is bring her hot water. Every morning, or every time I come down, every 2 hours I come down now, I bring her hot water and she drinks the whole thing so fast. And water is so good for her while she's nursing. She'll drink this whole bucket. It's 8 cups. She just loves it so much. So I bring it down every 2 hours. Good girl. I'm afraid to leave like a big bucket in here of water because even though the babies could climb out of it, if they got in it, they'd be frozen and they wouldn't make it. And they try. I put this down one day yesterday and they try to climb in it. Can you go get me a scoop of food for her? A whole scoop? Look at her. What a perfect pig. She dumped this, so I have to be careful. I'll have to get her more. You did so good, Posie. Anyways, you guys, you won't believe how she was. So I had to edit last night. We came down every half an hour. Then we came down every hour. And then they were wild. The babies were wild. Absolutely horrifically wild. They were like, she was laying on top of her belly because it hurt so much. It just was hurting her so much. And then she wouldn't roll over for them, so I gave her some pain pills. And then we came down, so I edited. I didn't even watch the video because they know if she was not going to feed them, they know to run out to try and get food. She was over here, and then they kept running back. So I knew they were okay. They were going to be okay. It just was so stressful for me. I'm giving her double, triple the amount of food right now. And she'll eat that for morning and lunch. Probably she nibbles away at it. She's so wonderful. And then I'll fill it up again because she has a lot of babies for her size. Okay, so watch. Sophie and I came down at 10 p.m. And we were at 2-hour visits at that point. We came down at 10 p.m. and this is what she decided to do. She lays right here, which solves the problem of her being freezing because she's getting the heat from the light. And she lays like that. And then once they want to eat, she literally rolls over and is like a drive-up milk bar. She just rolls over. Her teats are like underneath that wood. And she just lays on her side and they all come and eat. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Like, so then Sylvie and I, actually that didn't happen until 12. So at 10, we came down and she was nursing a few of the babies. And then when we came down at 12, we woke up and came down at 12. And when we woke up at 12, she was doing the drive-by milk bar. But anyway, I was so proud of her. So proud of her. Let's look at the baby. This is always the scary part. Everybody alive? 2, 4, 6, 8. This guy on the end looks cold. Oops, you guys can't see. They are hot. They are hot, you guys. Scorching hot. They are just absolutely scorching hot. The one on the end here is less hot. Over here I see it shivering. So then they just come out when they want to, and she rolls over. She doesn't roll over every single time. She gives herself time to make more milk because they want to eat every 3 minutes, and she doesn't have any milk. She's shaking still a bit. Look. Oh, hello, baby. Is this my little boy? Yeah. This is the boy that I saved. She's like, what are you doing with my baby? Here, let me put him back in there. You gotta do the milk bar the proper way. Here, let me move out of the way so you can roll over. But anyways, yeah, it's been amazing. I'm gonna show you all the video that I took last night, and in the night I did it with my phone. I'm gonna bring her down more water though. Anyway, she's still shivering. So we didn't get to see all of the placentas. Could be that she's cold, but when animal shivers like that after giving birth, it can mean retained placentas. And because she wasn't really good at pushing anything out last night, it makes me nervous. But we did see her push out 4, but we just weren't here the whole time, and she can eat them or it's hard to see them. So I'm going to talk to, I have like a vet friend, I have a vet tech friend, I have my sister who's like a vet genius. She's an animal, she's worked with animals her whole entire life, and although she's never bred pigs, she knows everything about every animal. You ask her anything, she knows them. I'll learn everything I know from her. So I'm gonna ask them today, like I might come down at my next visit and do like a feather thing. It's kind of where you go in and you rub around a little bit and it will stimulate contractions and make her push, and I'll see if anything comes out. But it's so possible that her placentas are in all this hay here. And it could be possible that she's cold. She's been looking super healthy and super good. I've got so many placentas out over the years by doing a little bit of feathering. Obviously, I don't want to do that if I don't have to. So I'm just going to take her temperature and just make sure that there's nothing else in there. Because you got to be really careful, because you don't want to lose your mom with 8 little piglets that scream. If you want to hear a piglet screaming, oh my god. I don't know how Posie does it, but she's become the best mama in the whole entire world. And she's using their little towel for a pillow. But I'm so proud of her. It was so worth it, wasn't it, Pose? All that yuck. See, I don't like that. She's still shivering. She never shivered before, but she's not sleeping in a big nest like she was, because she just can't with the babies. She doesn't feel warm to the touch. All right, I gotta go do chores. One last look at these gorgeous little babies. So that little boy that I saved, he came out, tried to get a drink. She said, no, it's not time. And he just went back to bed. Look at the smile. Look at the smile on that little piggy's face. Isn't that so beautiful? It also has hay on its nose. The ones on the outside are a little bit colder than the ones on the inside, but when you put your hands on them, they are hot, like hot. That's a little girl over there with that big smile. I checked, they're breathing, and they're all breathing. Only one is big, and it's this one here in the middle. And that was the first baby. That was the one that was hard for her to get out because it came butt first. And that's that little boy right there. He's like, is it time yet? Is it time yet, Mama? They are freaking cute. I don't know what I'm doing with 8 pigs, but here we are. I still have blankets down here because Sophie and I were laying down here. I'm going to put her water back in there just because I don't want her to not have water. Oh, look at that. I mean, that's not as cold as it has been. It's frozen solid overnight before. I just don't want a baby to get in this. I have seen her chew the ice from the water before. Headed up to the house, finished chores, and Posie Pig's feeding her babies. Like such a good mama. Look at how cute.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in old conversations, Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever.
Come on, everybody so come, free. Just eat. Come on, little piggies. Pigs are so freaking strong.
I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. Myself, and I'm thinking out loud, we won't need nothing else for the rest of our time. I know it so well, I'll always be by your side.
That was not the smartest move. I'm sorry for you, Pose.
The pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
So now they're going back to bed. You see that? They just run back to bed.
Glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
That's why I'm giving her food all day and bringing her water constantly, because she needs to replenish herself. Just like people, human babies, they often lose weight or don't gain any weight in the first couple of days of life. It takes a few days, but I bought a new scale, so we're gonna check it out later. But it's been fun, and that's like one of the biggest reasons that you have babies on the farm each year. It's so much fun. It's just such a joy and so much fun, and the extra work just makes, the extra work just keeps you going through those cold winter days. Like, you forget how cold it is, you forget all the extra work when you're dealing with beautiful little babies. But baby pigs have one of the highest mortality rates, even from like just being birthed, which is why I can't believe that I got that other little guy to come back. But the first 2 days in a baby pig's life, the mortality rate is so high. That's why we're hyper vigilant, because it can go wrong at any minute. But I'm down to 2-hour checks now because I trust her. She's doing great. I'll be checking her every 2 hours throughout this whole entire day and watching her on the camera system. This is the new scale that I bought for the baby goats, actually. I bought it for the pigs. I'm going to use it for the pigs, and I bought it for the goats. But it has this, you guys can't see it, I don't know why. There you go. So this is kind of separate, so you can, oh look, get on there, kitty. See how much our kitty weighs. Wait, come here, look, sit. Oh, I couldn't get it. Anyways, it's in kilograms, and hopefully it can go, yep, it goes to pounds. Oh look, she weighs like 3 pounds. Do you only weigh 3 pounds? Anyways, I love it. It's heavy duty. I can put a box on here and then put a baby goat in the box. So you put a box on it, you weigh the box, and then you subtract it from the baby goat. That's super cool. I'm obsessed with it. I wanted one of these for a long time. So, oh, she's got to be close to 5 pounds. So that's exciting. I can't wait to weigh the baby pigs today. I love it. It's so nice. So nice. It's like heavy metal, like it's metal. Oh, I love it. All right, it's a couple hours later. I've been watching on the camera this morning, and I have hair in my mouth. That was gross. Only a farmer would put gloves in their mouth. Anyways, I was watching on the camera, and I saw Posie being mean to the babies. They were running around, and she was pushing them with her nose really fast to push them back to bed. And I thought, you know, I've been there, sister. I get it. Babies are wild. Anyway, I brought Posie's hot water, and then I brought some milk for the babies. We're going to try and give them some milk after they get put on Posie. But we come down every 2 hours and we make her nurse them. Like, we put them on and make her nurse them. Because
you were already trying.
Or she's still new to being a mama. She's out of grain. I gave her like 4 times the amount of grain she gets. Oh my goodness. What a sweet girl. We brought my scale down, so we're gonna just see like, oh, I thought there was one in there. Let's see what is, oh, what's that?
Her foot?
Oh, I'm like, that one's dead. It was her foot. All right, they're doing.
The big ones are the boys, bro.
No, one boy is little. Like, this one's just tiny. I'm glad it's.
That one's smaller, bro.
But look at that. That's a huge one. Look at the difference. Oh my gosh.
The 2 big ones aren't even those ones. That one's the big one.
You see the difference in the head size?
Actually, that big one's a girl.
They're getting better at nursing, if you guys can tell. Like, when they first came out, we were in the barn 12 hours yesterday.
Well, you are. I like you.
That's Sophie's little girl. Are they warm?
Yeah.
So that's what we're good at here, is keeping them warm. Like, our setup is perfect.
I can't tell if that one's getting something down there.
Oh, it's staying. If it's staying, it's getting something. So, see, Posie's got milk. Like a little bit of milk. I suspect they're drinking her empty. Because look, that one's getting some. When they do that, they're getting milk, see? But then it runs out, and they just want so much milk. Like that. That baby's getting some milk.
I don't think that one's getting any down there.
Well, I think she was.
Those two are like fighting.
Yeah, I know, look at they're hugging. Oh man, it's like the cutest thing. But anyways, what I was trying to say is like it's so much work, but the one thing we do well on this farm is keep them warm. Like they're hot. They're not even warm, but look how scrawny that one is. Whoop. We're gonna see the size difference in a few minutes between the big uns and the little ones.
There's another small one.
She's like, oh, am I too late for breakfast? Oh, am I too late for lunch? That one's, is that the tiniest? Is that my boy?
Here, I'll see. Here. No, it's a girl.
I don't want to like a boy, but that boy that I had to save.
You don't even know what one it is.
I do. I see him all the time. I recognize his cry, too. Look at that one underneath is for sure. Oh, no.
There's a boy here somewhere. Because these two big babies
are girls.
Well, one's a girl.
Anyway, if you're wondering what we're talking about, we only have two boys.
They are both girls, so both the boys are here somewhere.
The boys were little. Like, look at that little one. Anyways, I was telling all my friends today, these things are crazy. I mean, crazy.
They're acting like they're getting bottom nipples, but
like that one looks like it's getting a nipple. Posie's doing good. She's not shaking anymore. So I was worried about...
She was lying here when I came in.
Just like this?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You're going in the wrong direction, little baby. You gotta get on this one. This is the only one available to you. There you go.
She doesn't have enough on this
So
one.
she has 10 teats, 8 babies. That's a huge litter for a little pig. She's not a huge pig. Oh, look at... Oh, this is love when they...
I don't think there's gonna be.
I know. So a couple...
Oh, it is.
So a few times a day we bring them milk and we give them milk and they don't like it. But the only reason we're doing it is...
Look at it.
First, we make them nurse on her so that they get her milk first because that's what's gonna stimulate her making more milk. Look, she's getting more milk out of that one. Oh, watch! There's one right by you. So they need to nurse to get more milk. I think she's making enough milk, and they're just draining her dry because there's so many of them. And
you didn't have to have that much, Posie.
I know. We're thinking 3 to 5. We weren't expecting 8. 8 seems like a lot to me. We weren't that excited about 8. But here we are.
Yeah,
we have 8. They're so cute though.
Should I wake up that baby and see?
Yeah, put them all on. So that's what you do when you have multiple babies. You make them all nurse at the same time because this one got a ton of milk. You can tell it's like a fat.
This one's the biggest one.
That's that big girl. Put her beside a little one and show them. That's the one that started the whole thing and got them stuck.
It got him stuck.
Once that one got stuck and she couldn't get it out.
What one was it? This one?
Yeah, that big fat one. All that was coming out was a butt. Just the butt. All I could do was pull by the tail.
Girl. You're cute.
She is cute.
I like this one.
I know.
It's chill.
I like them all. I'm not gonna lie.
And then that was...
Well, they're getting stronger. They're getting stronger. They know how to get the nipples now. Pigs are like ferocious. But anyways, watch. Sophie and I are going to fall in love with these pigs. Pigs are like no other animal, and I keep on saying that. I don't know. When I'm sitting up at the house doing stuff, I am panicking and worrying like crazy. I can get myself so worried. Because the mortality rate of piglets is so high. It's like 30%. So a lot of times...
Just flip it over.
A lot of times, pigs you'll have some mortality during the birth, and we almost did, but luckily I didn't stop. I just kept going, and he came around. Then in the first 48 hours, the mortality rate is really, really high, and then in the first 2 weeks, it remains high. It's just not as high as during the birth process. Oh, here comes the baby. He's like, oh, I already peed. I might as well fill up again. Oh, look, one's taking it. Oh, it's going to the bathroom. Oh, look at pigs are like clean from birth. It goes out of its bed. That's the cutest thing I ever saw. So that means that's good. They're getting food. We are going to go to a hockey game tonight with some friends, and we're going to go to dinner first. Oh, we'll be down and we'll feed them all again before we go. So she feeds them. It's just that we're paranoid and we don't just want to leave it up to her to make sure that they're eating. Like, I need to physically see all of them eating and like filling up. And I'm paranoid. You're paranoid too. You said you're worried about the scrawny ones.
Well, that's what I'm down there.
So when we come down again, before we leave, we will put the scrawny ones on first. Okay? Put the scrawny ones on. And then
the ones that latch onto the bottom.
And then so we'll do that, and then after the hockey game, before we go to bed tonight, we'll come down and we'll do it again. So
don't you know that you're beautiful?